The Bangladesh Bank robbery, also known colloquially as the Bangladesh Bank Cyber Heist, was a theft that took place in February 2016. 35 fraudulent instructions were issued by security hackers via the SWIFT network to illegally transfer close to $1 billion from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York account belonging to Bangladesh Bank, the central bank of Bangladesh. 5 of the 35 fraudulent instructions were successful in transferring $101 million, with $81 million traced to the Philippines and $20 million to Sri Lanka. Capitalizing on weaknesses in the security of the Bangladesh Central Bank, including the possible involvement of some of its employees, perpetrators attempted to steal $951 million from the Bangladesh Bank's account with the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. The perpetrators managed to compromise Bangladesh Bank's computer network, observe how transfers are done, and gain access to the bank's credentials for payment transfers. They used these credentials to authorize about 36 requests to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. These requests were made to transfer funds to accounts in the Philippines and Sri Lanka. 30 transactions worth $851 million were flagged by the banking system for staff review, but 5 requests were granted, $20 million to Sri Lanka, later recovered, and $81 million lost to the Philippines, entering the Southeast Asian country's banking system on February 5, 2016. This money was laundered through casinos and some later transferred to Hong Kong. According to a report published in the Straits Times, investigators suspected that the criminals used the Dreadex malware for the attack. The case threatened to reinstate the Philippines to the Financial Action Task Force on Money Laundering blacklist of countries that made insufficient efforts against money laundering. Attention was given to a potential weakness of Philippine authorities' efforts against money laundering after lawmakers in 2012 managed to exclude casinos from the roster of organizations required to report to the Anti-Money Laundering Council regarding suspicious transactions. The case also highlighted the threat of cyber attacks to both government and private institutions by cybercriminals using real bank authorization codes to make orders look genuine, also implying the world banks can be taken hostage with one click of a mouse.